And it's a beautiful day for the beautiful game. We welcome you to USL Championship action and this Central Division matchup with the OKC Energy looking for their first win of the year and under new leadership taking on Birmingham Legion FC. Hello again, everybody, along with the great Thomas Rongen. I'm Dave Lamont. And we take a look at the standings. And these two teams, they played once already this year, with Birmingham having won. And they are at the top of the table, Thomas, while the Energy, with a coaching change now, find themselves at the bottom.
Yeah, Tom Son's done a great job with this team, obviously. Look at that there, 13 points. OKC looking for their first win under their new interim coach, Lee Vietman.
So Birmingham's on a great run of form right now, a 3-game win streak here, and beautiful striking. And it's interesting is they've only had 2 people score all their goals.
Hey, that's okay for Tommy Sohn. And if one of them is Nico Brett, you say, okay, that's fine, because this guy's been absolutely awesome. 49 goals, looking at a half a century of goals in this particular goal coming up. And that's one of his strengths right there, the number 11, their go-to guy up front, the Jamaican internationals, got pace, got technical ability. That first touch is so good, and the finish even better.
Absolutely. You know, Thomas, what he's already shown just in that little bit of highlights is the ability to either hammer you with a blast or that beautiful touch he showed there.
Absolutely, Dave. And that's the great thing about him. He's so elusive. He can play and hold up balls and get other people involved. He can get behind you as well. He makes those great diagonal balls. And he's also a giver, Dave, by the way. He gives. He dishes out assists.
Well, he's only had to worry about one other player to dish out. Now, OKC has been struggling to score, and Jaime Chavez has only played a couple of games. Thomas, this is his first start, but this guy can find the back of the net.
Absolutely. He's a serial goal scorer in USL history, Dave. Miami FC, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, the Atlanta Silverbacks. And for Chavez and this team, it's huge to get a W.
Well, the weather is ideal at Taft. The spectators have shown, and we are ready. Can the Energy get that first W of the season? They have come so close so far this year, but they're taking on the team at the top of the table.
We appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
You deserve something sweet, like Brahms' new Fancy Sundaes. The sticky bun has the perfect hint of cinnamon, topped with smooth, hot caramel and pecans. There's the undeniably delicious cocoa banana ice cream covered in hot fudge and slices of banana. And who could resist 2 scoops of white chocolate strawberry tart filled with pound cake and more strawberries? Or French chocolate macaroon with marshmallow atop Brahms' freshly baked macaroon cookies. Try one or all 4 at Brahms, because you deserve it.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this going to take? Am I too old to do this? What am I going to look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now. I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? In hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
Energy FC would like to thank SSM Health St. Anthony for being the official healthcare partner and team docs for the Energy FC. For 121 years, SSM Health St. Anthony has been ready to help and heal patients across OKC. And let's take a look at our starting 11s, Thomas, brought to us by First Fidelity Bank, and some changes for the interim coach.
Yes, you expect that, Dave, without a doubt. Chavez coming back in as the number 9, as serial goal scorer within the USL. Important. Kurumoto is key, and Osmond and Cochran, their goalkeeper, have to be huge again today in order for them to get a result.
Now, if you're rolling along, why would you make any changes? And Tom Sohn has not made any changes.
No, I would not either, you know. Ride that wave, baby, ride that wave. And the keys are obviously Van Oekel and Brett. 49 goals, Dave. He's looking for that 50th goal. Half a century of goals up front, and that's the reason why they're in first place.
Well, let's get our keys to the game brought to you by OKC Volkswagen, Thomas. And you kind of hinted already at one of your keys for Birmingham.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're looking at Birmingham Legion FC and Tom Sohn. Ride that wave, baby, on both sides of the field, quite frankly. That's with your goalkeeper, Van Oekel. 5 goals in 7 games. 3 clean sheets, by the way. And Nico Brett, the Jamaican international. 5 goals in 7 games. And for, obviously, the opposing team, OKC Energy FC, it's all about being aggressive, proactive under their new coach. Turn draws into W's.
And since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation, the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest on Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. And normally we call OKC the Greens, but not tonight. They have gone with a different color combo, and Birmingham Legion will be in the black and gold. Weather conditions could not be nicer. Sometimes it gets pretty windy at Taft, but not really the case this evening. And both teams relatively healthy as well. In fact, OKC probably in their best run of health as we get our first whistle. Mark Allerton is our referee.
Yeah, and under the new head coach, or interim head coach, Lee Wittman, a few changes, which you expect, obviously. Ellis Hayden in the 11. Chavez starting for the first time this year as well, up front. And that's a go-to guy with PGF pulling the strings underneath him.
Well, Oklahoma City has just had a tough time. It's funny, though, they both teams have the same number of goals and just completely different results.
Yeah. I mean, one team looking for the first W, the other one obviously in first place as well, and a streak of 3 straight wins, Dave. And yeah, 1-0 sometimes is enough. That's why you talk about a good back four under Tommy Sohn, with a goalkeeper that's second in saves and 3 clean sheets.
And 25 out of 30 saves for Van Oekel, who has been an OKC Energy player himself in 2018. And a subtle little shove by Kavita. He's able to maintain possession, but some forechecking going on there by Chavez, and an opportunity early here for the Greens, and there's going to be a whistle and an offside against OKC. Now take a look at our injury report tonight, brought to us by SSM Health St. Anthony. And again, the Energy reporting none. Mikey Lopez, questionable for Birmingham Legion FC. And speaking of Lopez, Frank Lopez, Thomas, who got the equalizer for OKC in their last game, a draw, not in the starting 11 tonight.
Yeah, very interesting, and a few question marks, obviously, but what I know, Dave, when I was either fired during the season or hired for that matter.
A chance here for Brett, and he got his 50th goal. A turnover by OKC, and Nico Brett cashes in on goal number 50.
Yeah, we just talked about the strength of Brett that can hurt you in so many different ways. Latches onto that through ball over the top that looked like defendable for that back four, the 2 center backs of Donovan and Osman. But Brett says, you know what? I have explosion. I'm strong, and I'm going shoelaces. No chance for Cochran.
That actually wasn't a turnover on second look. That was a beautiful pass off the head. And I believe that is J.J. Williams, number 23, whom we saw in the pregame come up with an assist for Brett. So Williams should get his second assist, and Nico Brett, the Jamaican, with his 6th goal of the year and number 50 in his career.
Yeah, and that's the reason why Tommy Sohn said, you know what, I'm not doing a lot of changes here, because Brett and Williams have such a great understanding. Brett gives you the depth that we just looked at, and Williams can assist, be it in the air by flicking balls on or keeping stuff alive. That's so important. But if you're Lee Wittman, that's not the start you wanted.
The interim coach for this team, as John Pascarella, who started in 2020, was only able to get 1 victory in his time with OKC. And on June 4th, following that draw against Indy, It was decided there's a push in the back, and that should go in favor of OKC. Grenalier in there. It's decided that John would leave OKC, so Lee Viedman getting his opportunity as the interim coach. Now the Energy trying to come in from the build-up. And the other thing about this, Thomas, is, and you already talked about Van Oekel, defensively, Birmingham is solid, and here they are. We haven't even gotten to 5 minutes fully played, and they have an advantage they may rest on for most of the game.
Yeah, they're a team, Dave, that do a lot of little things right, and that's so important.
Can they get Chavez, number 9, involved? Vasilovic, another key player for OKC if he can get going. Kurimoto, veteran midfielder. Number 8. And let's see which team gets awarded the throw in there. It'll stay with the home team. Get a look there at Zach Ellis Hayden making his first start of the season.
Yeah, Hayden, Ward, and Chavez, 3 new inclusions in that starting 11 under their interim head coach, trying to make a difference.
Vasilovic. Cross here, dangerous. There's a lot of traffic around the goal mouth, trying to get it in to Bijev. Great effort, but it'll be a goal kick coming up. First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC. Boy, that is close, as you see. Founding sponsor. Our 20 OKC Metro locations make banking convenient for you, especially when combined with our free worldwide ATMs, mobile banking, and mobile deposits. First Fidelity Bank, we go where you go. Hang on here. Another opportunity here, trying to get it to Chavez. We'll give you the website in just a moment. And I'll quickly tell you that you just got to visit ffb.com today.
A good response, Dave, by OKC. Ward, Daniels out wide getting involved. Coronado, who's been so good for them on the left side. Yes, they don't even win the show for, but one of the best attacking fullbacks in this league with the throw in right now. Good numbers going forward, and we talked about being proactive and aggressive. They are right now, although they're trailing, but that's important.
Well, Thomas, if you're Lee Viedman, what do you say to these guys? I mean, Lee just didn't come in from the cold. He's been here for this winless start to the season. What would your message be? Well, let's wait outside here. That's going to be too high, and a goal kick coming up.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, I've been there before. I've gone into a season where somebody was fired after 10 games, and one, you need a new message. That's important. And then regardless of the fact that you've been there, yes or no, that means you're going to make some tactical tweaks within your 11. You give 3 or 4 players an opportunity to showcase themselves, which he's done as well. So he's done all the right things. They've been proactive in terms of going forward and being dominant in possession right now. It's just that one mistake, which has killed them, quite frankly, throughout this season so far. They've gotten somewhat blown out in the first game, but every game has been a tight affair for this team right here. And if they can turn draws into wins, they could be off to the races.
And Chavez off to the races here, running out of room, tries to get the cross off. Nobody home, and it's going to be swept away by Legion FC. 4-2-1 Birmingham, and OKC 0-3-4. So you have the top and the bottom of the Central Division right here. They met earlier this year in Alabama, and Birmingham won that one 1-0. That's J.J. Williams, who is the cohort for Nico Brett up front, and he's already shown his abilities.
Yeah, he takes so much pressure. I mean, look at the difference too in size of both of them. One is a big post-up player that will make it hard on anybody, and then they got that quickness of Brett, makes him such a good 1-2 punch.
Bijev needs to see some more teammates, and it's going to be out, but it should be the first corner kick of the evening.
Yeah, Bijev, second time now. This time he starts to penetrate. Just a few minutes ago, he almost got the end of a cross, Dave, where there might have been appeal for a penalty. There was play on. I would not have given it either, but Bijev is another guy that can create, can score goals, and needs to step up for Lee Viedman to turn his interim tag into, which happens a lot, Dave, you know, in all sports, a few good wins, and all of a sudden you're the head coach.
This corner kick brought to us by Little Caesars. You can see the onrush coming in, shot from just outside. And that's also going to sail high and out of play. A goal kick coming up, and a little bit of contact there, but no call.
Yeah, that's a good ball in. Good driven corner in, Dave. And then the second attack. So keeping balls alive around the 18-yard box. This time it gets away from VJ a little bit, but that's, again, that's proactive. That's sniffing out second balls and keeping it alive and getting something at goal. I like the attitude. I like the approach. You're down 1-0 after 10, though, at home. And now you're chasing the game.
Well, it's got to be difficult when you go through the changes. It's always an emotional situation when you have a coach who is let go. And then within 5 minutes, they're down a goal on a beautiful pass to Nico Brett, who finished for his 6th goal of the season and 50th of his career. However, OKC has had several good opportunities as we are now into our 11th minute.
And Tommy Sohn is such a... I've coached against Tommy Sohn when he was coaching in MLS. Actually, Tommy Sohn coached DC United just like I did. And Tommy is just, and there's the opposing coach with a weird look already on his face, obviously, because he's been there and done that as the assistant. And now you got to turn the fortunes of this team around that's inflicting their own wounds, so to speak. Again, dangerous opportunity out wide now.
Yep.
To get the big boys forward, because there's so much height on that team for Tommy Sohn.
Yeah, Harivo, number 20, and Williams, 23, to be watched for. This is Ryan James, who has a couple of assists already. There's Harivo. And Cronalier, number 21, another guy. You can see him right there towering over a couple of bodies. So watch for the guys in the black and gold here as James with the lefty in-swinger, punched away by Cochran.
And a great shout, Dave. I mean, on that side.
A little dangerous here. And that didn't get cleared. Van Oekel actually kicked it off of Chavez. And that is going to end up being Birmingham ball. But a dangerous moment there as Van Oekel did not clear the ball.
And Chavez is so aggressive, Dave. He hunts you down all the time, even if it's a 50-50 or 60-40 for him. He just continues right now. And that makes it very tough. And Oekel comes out, gets a piece actually off Chavez, and that's one of the great things that Chavez brings to the table, outside the fact that he can score goals, obviously, is that he leads that line so well. And I think if we talk about being on the front foot and being aggressive, that the inclusion of Chavez makes sense, obviously. The big question mark is why take off your leading goal scorer? I know it's only 2 goals, but maybe the coach thinks he's better coming off the bench to change the course of the game.
Well, that's just a good point, Thomas. We'll see what happens in the second half when we start getting the changes, and if Lopez will see the pitch at all tonight. And a little bit too casual with that pass, and out of bounds we go. Real hand-dipped ice cream, thick milkshakes, old-fashioned banana splits, and sundaes, all made with farm fresh milk. Brahms is proud to be part of your family's tradition. Brahms, farm fresh for over 50 years, proud partner of OKC Energy FC.
Anytime they want to stop by our booth, Dave, I'll take one of those.
You know what?
Or
They're
one
good.
of all.
They are good.
Are they?
Yes. Well, I will vouch for Brahms.
Don't tease me, Dave.
Right in front of the 4th official, the most beleaguered man in Oklahoma City at the moment. And a foul on the throw-in, going to be called on Bijev there. Sort of an unforced error since we've been watching the French Open from time to time, that time by Bijev. There's Brett, who's already scored. He's got some room with his left foot if he wants it. Poked away nicely and cleared finally by the OKC back line. But you see his danger. Charlie Ward couldn't clear it. James keeps it back into play, however, and here comes Birmingham again, resetting the attack and getting a foul.
It shows you again the strength of Williams, keeping that alive again for Brett to cut inside. He had a runner off his shoulder, which was Lapa. There's the foul. And again, a hard foul from behind by Chavez, called by the referee.
They got a Siadu, clipped him. So you've got the Brazilian Lapa, or perhaps it will be James, the lefty.
Right footer and left footer, Dave. You talked about in-swingers, potentially out-swingers as well. Hold that line as the goalkeeper says on your 18-yard box. I'll take care of anything over the top.
It does go over the top, and he does take care of it.
Good organization. Last thing you want as a goalkeeper to have like 15 guys right on top of you inside the E6. So you get your line up towards the 18-yard box. A, play the offsides. B, command your box when the ball gets over the top, which Cochran did.
In his 4th year with OKC, C.J. Cochran has sometimes been a backup to Cody Lorendi. With Cody moving on, Cochran is the man between the pipes for OKC. 1 clean sheet on the year. There's James, collision with Ellis Hayden, but James maintains it. Brett, Ellis Hayden riding him like a jockey, and they played advantage that time, it looked like, as Brett switches it over. The only thing missing was Ellis is wearing silks or something. And OKC turns this around beautifully. Collision, play on, says the ref. We have a man down holding his head that immediately will stop play, and that is Williams, who is shaken up.
It's so important nowadays. As soon as you think there might be a potential head injury, that's smart by the referee. That's the new rules as well. We've seen that in the international competition, and we also understand how important trainers and medical people are, i.e. with Christian Eriksen today in the Euros, such a incredible moment, obviously, that we all stopped and said, oh, please. Seems that he's okay, but the attention of the medical people in that incident and right here is so important. And yes, it's checking.
Yep,
there's his thumbs up, obviously. Where are you? What's the score?
But the official, Mark Allerton, immediately went into action. Can't take any chances.
No, you can't.
Nothing malicious there either. That was just a collision. Now he'll have to come off, and he'll be waved on at the referee's discretion. I imagine J.J. Williams will be back, and there he is, number 23 on the left side of your screen. And that ball will belong to Birmingham. They got the goal early by Nico Brett. That's where we sit with Thomas Rongen. I'm Dave Lamont, USL Championship action from Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. The game has settled in a bit. Both teams having some opportunities, but nothing as crystal clear as Brett's 50th career goal and 6th on the year.
That puts him in a tie for first in the USL. Amazing run by this team and by Tommy Song to get him into first place in the Central Division. But it's also the guys underneath. Lapa, who's played a huge role for him. James and Dean have been so good. Great matchups, by the way. Kurimoto versus Lapa is just, you know, a typical tough holding midfielder versus your brains in midfield as well. And out wide, there's some great matchups too.
And Chavez was pulled down. And that's the battle of number 8s, too. If you're going to watch, follow Thomas's advice to watch Kurimoto for the Energy or Lapa for Birmingham. And Lapa is the only other Legion FC player to have scored. Brett has 6 goals now. Lapa has 2. And that's it. However, this team has won 4 of their 7. They've drawn 1 and lost 2, and they're at the top of the table in the Central Division.
And Lape's 3rd in chance creations in the USL as well. So he's a guy that creates for others.
Kurimoto right there. Double teamed and almost got out of it, but he doesn't.
Got a back 4 of Tommy Song with Van Okel in goal, been so good. Kavita on the left there, you see him throw in. strong, powerful.
And with the captain's armband as well.
Yeah, he's very, very smart and a good communicator and clearly a leader, which is important. When you put that armband on, you become an extension of the coaching staff.
Connor Donovan blasts one down, looking for Bijev, and it's going to be handled very easily there by Van Oekel.
Yeah, you read that well. Starting positions of goalkeepers, especially if the ball is very, very deep, and if you worked with one of the best, always in Gary Bailey, who does some games for us as well. He always talks about starting position, Thomas. You know, the ball's around halfway. I'm always around my 12. The ball is with the other goalkeeper. I'm outside of my 18. I could become a sweeper potentially, or caress easy balls to become through balls. Obviously, that I can intercept before forwards can do the damage, so to speak.
That foul on Williams as Rob Coronado got clipped. So OKC will get possession here.
Yeah, another secret to Tommy Son's success is that both front runners, Williams and Brett, will double from behind from the other side, which becomes so hard.
An ambitious ball there, trying to get the attack started with Ellis Hayden, and instead it's turned around by by number 6, Asiadu, who's about the same size as Brett, both compact and speedy. But Anderson Asiadu from Ghana.
Yeah, he's the engine in midfield.
Yep.
Box to box, tireless, winning your 50-50s and giving your forward something as well.
Looking for Brett on the cross, and can Asiadu get there in time? He does. Chest trap. Lays it off to Lapa.
They're so composed when they've got the ball as well. Switch the point of attack, start anew if you need to, with some patience. Good, simple ball and player movement, making it hard for OKC to really.
Well, that might have been just a little bit of a mix-up. Gives me a moment to tell you that the USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-forever-proud. And you see the rainbow on the captain's armbands. We saw one on Kavita. No, and I hear the officiating getting ripped. There's no surprise. That's going to happen eventually. And occasionally, because we are live and there are microphones, you might hear, although not in that case, a little language mixed in. We apologize in advance in case that slips through. Coaches like Thomas never did that, but others weren't quite as strong-willed as my partner.
Correct. Game is settled in now a little bit, Dave, and clearly you can see the difference in quality. Possession really on the side of Legion FC. A lower block now in terms of OKC. Key right now is not conceding that second goal. And trying to stay in this game by defending well and getting good numbers in midfield and taking the depth away from this team. And that's where Brett and Williams in particular on the goal as well can hurt you, Dave. Anything behind you with their power in the air and the speed of Brett becomes a very tough matchup for Osmond and Donovan, the two center backs of OKC.
You know, that's what's interesting about Brett. Sometimes there's the old-fashioned goal scorers, the guys who just sort of take advantage and clean things up types, or some guys who like to blast away. He's dangerous because he can really move.
Yeah, he can move. And we've seen a lot of players that can move but can't finish.
Right.
He can move and finish. And his movement is sometimes just straight ahead speed, and sometimes those smart diagonal runs where his soccer IQ is very high as well. Rarely is he offsides. Better build here by OKC.
Bijev showing some skills there with both feet. They switch to the right. Kurimoto. Zach Ellis Hayden. And just ran into a wall right there. He tried to get around and could not.
Yeah, James, so good on that left side. making it sometimes a 4 or 5 or a 6 even defensively. You can see the black jerseys right now, goal side, always numbers up, Dave, so always support, always balance in their defending. And even the big boys, you look at Williams, you look at Brett right now, say, okay, we have to sacrifice for a few minutes and making sure that we stay connected and compact as well. Just the way Tom Sohn's teams have always played. They're always hard to play against and have 1 or 2 special players that make a difference.
Ellis Hayden trying to cross, and it's going to be headed out of play by Cronalier. Well, that's going to be another goal kick, corner kick coming up for OKC, their second of the match.
Now, one of the strengths of Ellis Hayden now and Coronado on the left side, you have 2 of, I would say, the best attacking fullbacks in the USL. One of the reasons why Ellis Hayden is starting in this game over Rodgers, because of just that.
So Aiden Daniels missed the target that time, but not completely cleared. Chip into traffic. Daniels. And OKC being patient here. And that did not work out well at all. And look out. Heading down that left side is that engine. The Siadu. And it is a warm night in Oklahoma City, as it is around much of the nation. So we will have a league-mandated hydration break in a couple of minutes.
That's smart.
Well, we've come a long way when it comes to that. You know, you always hear the people who talked about coaches in the old days would deny water, or water was bad for you. You know, we've certainly come a long way. Just the way the referee reacted when the player grabbed his head after being knocked down, and he's okay now, the player. But yeah, it's just a smarter, safer mentality.
Yeah, and we can't speculate on what happened with Eriksson, obviously. But,
No.
but on all levels, Dave, players are being squeezed due to the pandemic. A lot of games in a short amount of time, more games than ever. It seems like it never stops. So these little things do mean a lot in terms of, yes, their health.
See you do.
And prevention of. Just like we've seen with the head clash, just like we see right now that bodies needs liquid, Dave. You know that.
Yes, I do. Even we do.
Yep. We filled up our bottles.
That's going to be an offside there.
Even we hydrate.
All the time. Energy FC would like to thank SSM Health St. Anthony for being the official healthcare partner and team docs for the Energy FC for a long time, for 121 years, not for the OKC, mind you. SSM Health St. Anthony has been ready to help and heal patients across Oklahoma City. Thomas, in 8 minutes of action, OKC not having put up, and let's see what happens off of this long goal kick. They have had a tough time putting the ball in the back of the net. Is there something you've noticed that they could be doing better?
Yeah, I think what this team needs is,
and they have give the ball up right there, and Asiadu, who has really asserted himself in the last several minutes. Williams looking for Brett. Always a wise move. That combination has paid off once already, but that time the Energy were ready for him.
yeah, much better. Donovan and Osman learned their lesson right now. Better in terms of cutting down passing lanes, Dave, and reading it a little bit quicker, which they did this time. Williams is trying to thread Brett through as well, but Osman and Donovan a little bit tighter, which is much better, plus a little bit more cover and support. But going back to your question, Dave, if I look at these first 28 minutes, yes, there's been possession, but you need to have possession with a purpose. That means playing through lines, putting teams in an uncomfortable situation. And right now, yes, possession is good. Yes, we've switched the point of attack, but last instance, 7, 8, 9 passes, and then a bad cross that gets cut out by the first defender. So the quality right now in their final third, or build-up phase for that matter, needs to be better in order for them to create chances, which they haven't done really through 20 or almost 30 minutes.
I mean, even to me, now you mentioned possession earlier. Actually, Oklahoma City has about a 9% possession advantage, but even I've noticed that Birmingham seems, and you used more composed, I think was the word you used.
Yep.
And like everything seems to go in order, as OKC may still be looking to do that. But again, they've made lineup changes too.
They did, absolutely. And I know what it feels like if you're a team that's that hasn't won a game. You start pressing and forcing. You are afraid that if a mistake is going to be costly, which happened because that was a mistake.
Well, here's a good ball through here, but it's going to be whistled offside. Daniels had broken loose down the left. However, he was just a little bit ahead. That was a pretty pass, though.
And that's the things that they have to do, Dave. We talked about the possession is nice, but now you're playing through lines. Yes, it's offsides as well, but the mere fact they can put a team on their back foot by playing forward, so vertical penetration with and without the ball is important.
So let's go back, because not a lot of people had even settled into their seats at Taft Stadium when Nico Brett Thomas struck again for his 6th goal of the season.
Yeah, it comes from a goal kick from your goalkeeper, secondary assist. It comes from a brilliant flick on by your number 2 striker, Williams. There's the long ball. There's Williams going up Tari. And while he's up in the air, Brett goes, you know what? I find a seam, and thanks for coming. Brilliant goal. Simple. Route 1 football, maybe old English style, but very, very productive.
I mean, you could actually see some of the smoke that the fans had released was still hovering over the pitch when he did that. And there's a couple people in the background you see, they're just taking their seats. They look up and, what did I miss? Well, I was grabbing my Brahms ice cream. And what they missed was yet another goal by Nico Brett. Only 2 players have scored for the Legion FC this year, Bruno Lapa and Nico Brett, but they have 8 goals between them. And they are at the top of the Central Division.
You go back to the goal, Dave, real quick. Nobody competes for the first ball in the air. That's 1. 2, nobody puts a body on Brett. If I'm a defender and I know that Brett has pace, I will put a body on him a little bit to make it uncomfortable. Too easy. They tighten things up, but they're down 1-0.
Couple of scores around the league. Pittsburgh and Miami finished in a 1-1 draw. Miami was trailing in that game. Louisville over Memphis 3-0 with a little bit of time remaining, so it looks good there for Louisville. And you've got at halftime RGV and Salt Lake without a goal, and other games coming up. We this evening include Switchbacks and El Paso and Mexico and Austin. So some very good matchups further down the time in USL Championship. Another week. So hydration break is over. And Birmingham will get the opportunity with Matt Van Oekel, who has been tremendous, only giving up 5 goals in what is almost now 7.5 games. A nice little ball there by Chavez to Bijev. Most of the OKC attack has come from their right side, but the last effort, which was ruled offside, was a beautiful pass to Aiden Daniels that was on the left. Good balls there. Kremoto. Bijev. This is onside. Into the box. Laid off beautifully. Can they center it? They can, but it's going to be swept away by Kavita.
Possession with the purpose, Dave. Short, and then you want to penetrate with the give and go. They did out left, you're right. They're more balanced all of a sudden. Kavita gets more involved. James as well.
Kremoto realized he didn't have anywhere to go. Reset it. Work it around to Connor Donovan. Ellis Hayden. Boy, I tell you what, Ryan James has played very well. Number 7 in the black and gold.
Yeah, if you can prevent crosses, Dave, on a consistent basis, getting in your opponent's face, which James has done 3 times right now, but not allowing balls to be floated in when the rep has good numbers in the 18-yard box, then as a coach you say, well done, James. And he's a menace for Ellis Hayden right now.
As Thomas mentioned, possession with a purpose, and that's something that OKC is searching for right now with this possession is a purpose.
Yeah, and Legion FC is very comfortable saying right now, you know what, you guys can build, try to build, get your numbers forward. And when we win it, we'll break.
And we play on there, and quickly Brett turns that around, and as soon as the advantage changed, the referee was right there with a call. So Birmingham will get the possession.
Yeah, that makes him so dangerous, Dave. We've seen in the first goal, they can go direct. They got that height with Williams. They got the speed with Brett. But they can also, when it turns over, they have some quick guys coming out of midfield, including James and Dean and Lapa. That can hurt you.
Alex Gronali's got a brother, Eli, also on the roster for Birmingham. Chavez chasing. And Gavito came up with a big clear a few minutes ago. But that didn't work out. Mentioned Gavita is the captain today for Legion, and for the Energy, it's Connor Donovan, number 20, with the armband.
Yeah, and the Legion now can push numbers forward and go high press and say, you know what, take that throw in right there. We'll win first or second balls and be closer to your goal. Tactically very smart on the road, the way Tommy Son has put his team together.
That's going to be turned over, and Vasilovic on the run. He sees Daniels to his left, drops it off for him there. Coronado makes the overlapping run, still trying to get through to the shot, but cannot do it. Ellis Hayden able to keep it in, and he takes a hard shot, and a card coming out immediately for Asiadu.
Yeah, not malicious, Dave. I think the quickness really surprised Asiadu, and then it becomes late.
I think the echo of the whistle hadn't even finished yet, and the referee had already taken the card out of the pocket.
Yeah, it was very obvious. Poor clearance right there. Stays alive for Ellis Hayden, and then a little bit of a cynical tackle.
Boy, that's a late
tackle by Asiadu.
And he's upset, I assume, at himself, because it's an obvious call the referee made there. And
yeah, and it puts a player with the way he plays very aggressive when they don't have the ball. So now he's got to be smart, obviously, and he can't take that second yellow, obviously. So he's got to concentrate on doing things well with the ball, being smart in terms of his spacing, not lunge at all, and staying away from that second card, which if it's in your genes, I was a player like that, becomes very tough. That's why he's upsetting her. Oh my God, I know I'm going to end up there again one more time during this game. Let's be smart here.
Well, here's a tremendous opportunity with this free kick here for the Energy. So you've got Coronado.
Yeah, lefty.
Yeah, or do you go with the righty?
And that's what Van Oekel is trying to figure out now as well.
It's Coronado with the strike. Oh, just missed. Beautiful. Looked like Van Oekel had a clear look at it in goal. And he followed this all the way, but this is dangerous.
Yeah, they go with the lefty, Coronado. By the way, that's your left fullback. And that's a brilliant curve, by the way. You got to get it up, over, and down. And the down part just didn't work out for him. Well struck one. And a tough one to defend for Van Oekel, because it's also a right footer there. So he can't really gamble and say, you know what, if it's the lefty, I know where he's going. So he's centrally in his goal. Hopes the wall can take care of one area of the goal. But what a well-struck ball by Coronado.
Now it's going to carry over into a throw-in for the Energy, and Daniels wants that quickly from the ball boy. A little pep in the step for the Energy, although they trail by a goal here. A steal by Zach Ellis-Hayden. Got Vasulovic as a partner there to drop it off to. And Ellis-Hayden going to try to work his way around. He'll draw a whistle from Kavita. And another opportunity here for the Energy. Kavita will dispute it, but it's not going to get him any points at all.
Second time out, Ellis-Hayden is getting a free kick in his favor in a position, that final third. First centrally for that free kick for Coronado. Now on that right side where they can serve a ball into their big people as well, because there's some height on both teams, Dave, that can hurt you in set pieces, and this might be a way to get back into the game. Again, a righty and a lefty. It is the lefty, and it's the same lefty, Coronado, that's going to serve this ball.
Now look for Bijev here, maybe, or Vasulovic, number 10. Into traffic. Front line got a piece of that. Might have been Williams in there.
Yeah, it was Williams. What a luxury, Dave. You get a guy that helps you up front, and also now in set piece, come back and put that big body in there and help the center backs, Granale and Herefua.
In the meantime, though, the last few minutes have been played predominantly in the Birmingham defensive end.
Yeah, but this team is comfortable, Dave. They don't concede much.
Yep.
1-0 is enough for this team a lot of times.
Yep, 3 clean sheets for Van Oekel in 7 starts, and he's halfway to 1 here.
Yeah, they got such a great back four in Ofimu, and we talked about Kavita already.
Yeah, I think they're going to put that throw in where the referee is a little bit more comfortable.
And they got a nice combination of height, power, intelligence. You can hear the communication. That's one of the things still with not full stadiums, Dave, that you can listen to coaches. You can listen to the real leaders on the field that guide their teammates, so to speak. And the Legion FC is one of the best in that respect. Extension of their head coach, Tommy Sohn, who's a great communicator.
3rd year with Birmingham, and they've been in the playoffs, the first 2 under him, and certainly appear to be on their way to another playoff berth. Brett, athletic play by Donovan. Brett was looking for help, and he had it, and Donovan with a gorgeous header.
Yeah, it took.
Dangerous here, and Chavez broke free and had a chance at the header.
Yeah, you like to get that one back if you were Jamie Chavez, who scored so many goals, by the way. He's on 50+ goals in his career. And again, that cultivated left foot of Coronado. Boom, there's the ball. And that's Chavez. You got to get that on target. Great getting on the inside of Granale as well. Good run. Just can't get on top of it. But his height for Chavez, one of the reasons why he's starting there as well, needs to be more productive and get that on target.
We haven't seen much offensively from Legion lately. So OKC has controlled the possession, but they haven't controlled the scoreboard. There's an opportunity here for more build-up. Oh, nice little work there by Femu.
Yeah, they got guys that are good in 1v1s. You talk about individual and group defending, Dave, in terms of tactics. They move well as a team. And yes, they're in a lower block right now, but that's fine. At 42 minutes, it's all about not conceding before halftime. Let's get into the break 1-0. If we can get hold of the ball, that's fine. If not, let's be ugly.
Shouldn't be a dramatic amount of stoppage time here. We had a hydration break. We did have the moment when Williams was shaken up for Birmingham. Maybe a couple of minutes. And also, Zach Ellis-Hayden was clipped, and the trainer had to come out to take a look at him. Into traffic again, and it missed everybody, so we have a goal kick coming up, a chance for us to tell you that you can score a great deal with the Brahms Family 4-pack. For only $49, you will get 4 match tickets, 2 buy one, get one free Brahms combo vouchers, and 4 Energy FC hats. Visit energyfc.com/Brahms, that's BRAUMS, to pick up your Brahms Family 4-pack. Minute left in regulation. We'll see what is added on by the official for stoppage time. Birmingham scoring very early in the match in minute number 3 on a goal by Nico Brett, 50th in his career, and he breaks free here. He is onside. Brett, and that looks like Donovan coming up with another play. He's trying to tell the official, and he's trying to get Nico Brett to help him up, which Brett finally did. And I believe this is going to stay with Birmingham.
It shows you the strength as well. There again, Williams finding, again, Brett on an onside position, but good recovery by Donovan to prevent the ball getting across the goal mouth.
I think what Donovan wanted was an offside, which he's not getting, obviously. So here comes a left-footed in-swinger possibility here from Ryan James, who has 2 assists on the year. And we're told it'll be 4 minutes of stoppage time as referee Allerton tries to settle down a few of the lads right around the goal mouth. Goes long with it. Charlie Ward got a head on it. I don't know if that was the best idea. And maybe a chance here for OKC with Chavez, who was open, however, Vasiljevic just could not run that down.
Yeah, the option to Chavez was the better of the two, obviously. 2 poorly executed balls. I see you do first a turnover, and then the inability for OKC, when they finally have a chance to break and create numbers up, the final pass is not good enough.
Well, a lot of physicality there right in front of our 4th official. As we mentioned, the extra time, 4 minutes and counting. And our extra time is brought to us by SSM Health St. Anthony. SSM Health St. Anthony is ready for you, for the game, for the team, for the community. At a moment's notice, without hesitation, we're ready. We're proud to be the Energy FC healthcare partner. So the waning moments of this opening half, and Birmingham in charge. And look at Cochran coming way out, and offside flag had gone up anyway. But C.J. Cochran was determined to cut that potential threat off right away. Interesting, Thomas. 61 to 39% possession advantage for OKC.
Yeah, it's all what you do with possession, Dave. That's why the possession stats to me don't count. France won the last World Cup in 2018 by having the lowest possession in their last 3 games. There's some teams that are better without the ball, quite frankly. Atletico Madrid comes to mind, and even Chelsea for that matter. Let's say, you know what, we're happy when you have the ball, because eventually you're going to unbalance yourself. And when you unbalance yourself and finally get your fullbacks going forward, bumming forward, we're going to win that ball, and we're going to hurt you where the space will lay. And then all of a sudden, if you have great passers and guys that can move and find space, you become hard to defend with the Mbappes and Griezmanns of the world.
Looking for Brett, number 11 in the black with the gold numbers, but OKC anticipated it nicely. Bijev drops it off, gets it back, and gets taken down.
Because it's all about, at the end of the day, it's about chance creation, turning 60% into chance creation, Dave. Then shots on target, and then eventually goals.
And Ellis Hayden was out of bounds. We are running down. Might just even get a whistle right here, or maybe get the ball thrown in here by the Legion, or will they get one opportunity to mount something here?
You have to make it uncomfortable for a back four, for a goalkeeper. It hasn't happened yet. Very interested to see too what the interim coach will do. Down 1-0 at home. What are his options off the bench? Can he make a change that can really influence this game? Can he show the ownership that he belongs?
Yeah, Lee Wiedemann, the interim coach, getting his first opportunity at USL Championship as the head man with the departure of John Pasquarella, following the draw against Indy. And what will he do about Frank Lopez?
That's the
Will
interesting
we
question.
see Lopez in the second half? He did not start tonight. Jaime Chavez did. And Chavez has certainly had chances, but has not been able to put one on goal yet against Matt Van Oekel. We have exceeded our 4 minutes by a little bit, and that might do it right here. Yeah, Chavez is going, hey, ref, I got pulled down. Ref, come on, man. Well, you guys can continue that discussion on your way to the dressing rooms because the halftime whistle has blown. With the early goal by Nico Brett, his 6th on the season and 50th for his career, giving Birmingham's Legion FC a 1-0 advantage at halftime over OKC Energy. It happened quickly in minute number 3 on a beautiful header from J.J. Williams. It's been a spirited physical battle. OKC trying to make Lee Wiedemann a winner in his first game as the head man. We got a busy halftime for you, including some happenings from around the USL and more when Thomas and I return.
Real commitment doesn't stumble. It doesn't hesitate. It's ready at a moment's notice. On the sidelines and in the stands. It leans in and gets loud. We're ready for you, for our club, for our city, for whatever comes next. We're SSM Health St. Anthony, and we're proud to be the official healthcare partners of the OKC Energy FC.
Drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros rock.
At Taft and OKC's Energy seeking their first win of the season and also seeking Lee Wiedemann's first win as the interim head coach. However, the Energy trail first place Birmingham 1-0 on the goal by Nico Brett. Well, it's the weekend. It's time for the latest Devin's Dish.
You know what that means? Craziness, insanity, confusion, and this is what happens when you give the on the back post. Charleston Battery failing to get the victory. No, that's not the case. That's Burke failing on the back post. 73rd minute assist from Zico Lewis. Charleston Battery get their first win of the season. Only team in the modern era of the USL Championship to hit the playoffs every single year. A little bit early for that. Let's fast forward and talk to the end of this season, but right now we're going to go to Atlanta United 2, Sporting Kansas City 2. 2v2. This is 1v1. This is Enoch Mushagalusa. Another apology, please. Top corner. This kid's something special. And what you are going to see, by the way, is 4 goals in the span of 13 minutes. But we're going to go back and forth because I got this bad guy in town, and that is whoa. Bradley Canham Faywell, also shortening his name like Prince. He just goes by Bradley Canham. Doesn't matter. Back in the net. We're at 1-1. But as I mentioned, Mushagalusa is a bad boy. Western Conference wonder Amadou Dia, signed by Sporting Kansas City, gets an opportunity to play for the 2 team. That's what he's all about. Peter Vermeeren wants his team to help out. Amadou Dia, good ball into the backside. Musha Galusa goes to work again. So now it's 2v1. These teams have been pretty impressive recently. So what are we going to do? That's eins, zwei, drei, vier. Fünf. Back of the net. Well, Fünf will be 5. This is 4. Coleman Gannon pushed them into the second spot in the Central. Atlanta United 2 doing wondrous things. Sporting Kansas City 2 results in 4 out of the last 5. 3 draws. That equals 1 win. Math doesn't add up for me. We all know I can't add. And this is one of the teams that I want you to keep your eye on because nobody talks about El Paso Locomotive, nor do they do it on a regular basis. Expansion year, sophomore slump, no. They go back-to-back Western Conference, finalists, don't get the championship, but an opportunity once again to go East versus West, and the West is just the way it's won right now. 9-hole, right? Little kiss off the corner. Got to call your shot, don't you? Maka King, little touch to Luna. The West, past week, 3 wins against the Eastern Conference. Highlights, stats, no dessert. After dinner, drinks for sure. We'll see you around the corner. Week 8 of the dish. Peace.
Of course, what you could do is go to Brahms, who's been serving delicious cheeseburgers made with 100% pure beef patties, along with their signature limeades and crinkle-cut fries. Real hand-dipped ice cream, thick milkshakes, old-fashioned banana splits, and sundaes, all made with their farm-fresh milk. Brahms, farm fresh for over 50 years and a proud partner of OKC Energy FC. When we return, Thomas and I will take you around the USL.
Right now, I'm loving that the sun's going down. It's just going to be a little bit cooler. We can see you through the fence. Show us that love. We'll find you.
Here's a chance for Cicerone. Russell Cicerone, the leading goal scorer.
Yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shitty, my bros rock.
Welcome back. Still at halftime. OKC Energy, as you can see, 0. Birmingham Legion FC 1. And we'll just go to news and notes in the USL.
So we take a look at what's going on around the league, and I find this fascinating, Thomas, and you and I have both been around the NWSL a little bit. But a pre-professional pathway for women to launch in May of next year. And you all can go to USLWleague.com for more information. How about your player of the month? Santi Moore having an incredible season.
Yeah, he certainly has an incredible season. Going back to the pathway for the women's in the USL is brilliant. Moore, also a brilliant season so far, and well earned that Player of the Month.
And USL on ESPN and Pittsburgh Riverhounds will be on ESPN Deportes. We take a look around the league. On Friday, the Rowdies picked up 3 points. You had Las Vegas and San Antonio to a 1-1 draw. Unfortunately, weather has been a problem with this Charleston game against Red Bulls 2. Riverhounds in Miami, we told you earlier, tied at 1. Louisville picked up a victory over Memphis 901 FC. RGV and the Real Monarchs looking for a goal as they get set for half number 2. So looking at the USL Championship upcoming schedule, mention Indy 11 and the Riverhounds 7 Central on ESPN Deportes. Also on Deportes, Miami and Birmingham, so that audience will get a chance to see this Legion team. On the 3rd, San Diego and Sacramento. And then a week after that, the Oakland Roots visit Las Vegas. On the 17th, the Switchbacks take on San Antonio, and on July 21st, it'll be San Antonio FC and New Mexico United. So Birmingham Legion FC, top of the table in the Central Division. They defeated Oklahoma in Alabama already this year. By that score you're looking at right there, 1-0. And that's the edge they take as the teams are now just getting out of the locker rooms at halftime.
United Turf and Track is proud to be a partner and the official sports field service provider for the Energy FC practice facility and training grounds. United Turf and Track is a turnkey sports field construction, installation, renovation, and consulting company for natural grass and synthetic turf field systems. With over 50 years of combined experience in sports field construction and service management, United Turf and Track is the only certified field builder in Oklahoma and Arkansas. Contact us today for your next field construction or renovation project.
To the IT professionals, enabling companies across the country to work from home and making business as usual out of unusual circumstances. This new way of working doesn't work without you. Your company is counting on you, and you can count on Cox Business Cloud Solutions. So keep collaborating, keep adapting. We'll keep your data safe and accessible through it all.
Welcome to Love's. Here, technology drives us. That's why we research technology advancements in our own labs. It's why we're constantly developing new tools to improve the ways you move. Ways that lead to safer, more efficient travel. Here at Love's, we believe that technology drives us all forward. Love's, working to bring innovation to the highway.
We are about to get half number 2 underway, but Thomas, let's not mess around. Let's get right into our highlights brought to us by Panera Bread.
Yeah, we talked about riding the wave. The wave starts with Van Oekel, the goalkeeper, going direct, and you know what? Finding that big target up front, Williams, that flicks the ball on to the streaking Brett, in between Donovan and Osmond. Early, 1-0 for the Legion FC.
That's the only goal we've had so far. Both teams have had a couple of decent chances. Nothing as good or as clean as that. We didn't have to wait long to get one either.
No, you're right. I mean, a good response by OKC. Building on that left, getting balls across, some really nifty footwork just over the bar. Didn't threaten really Van Oekel. But at least, as I said again, OKC with a good response after going down 1-0.
Another opportunity here. Again, I'm not used to calling them. I'm used to calling them the Greens, but it's going to be hard to call them that tonight. But this was a shocking pink result here as Swept away by Kavita.
Yeah, Cordondano and Daniels on that left side were pretty darn good. The overlapping run, the cultivated left foot, but again, good defending by Legion FC.
And this the closest call.
Yeah, great strike for Corona. And Van Ogle said, oof, if that's on target, I'm not so sure I get to that one. But still 1-0.
There you see our stats. So the Energy have not gotten on target, although they have 5 more shots. Birmingham's only had 1, and it's all they've needed so far. Possession dominated as our halftime stats brought to you by Brom, dominated by the Energy. But again, what matters most is the score. And that's 1-0 Birmingham. They are in the black and gold, and we're ready for half number 2. So can the Energy turn it around for Lee Wiedman, interim coach, looking for their first win? They have no wins, 3 defeats, and 4 draws, and including their most recent game 10 days ago against Indy 11, where Frank Lopez scored the equalizer. And Lopez's number has not been called yet. He is on the bench. He is available, and we'll see how Lee Wiedman manages his substitutions in this second half. And Kavita better be careful here. He's being harassed by Ellis Hayden, and Birmingham is able to clear it.
Ellis Hayden, and again on the ball right there.
And coming out with a chance here, Chavez! Point blank, unable to get it on frame.
Yeah, Ellis Hayden starts the attack on the right side, cuts that back towards Busovic, I think it is, in midfield. There he comes, that little through ball to Chavez, and can't get it on target. And that's what Lee Wiedman hoped that Chavez would give you. The goal-scoring prowess, the veteran Wiley.
Boy, what that is now that's even better than the Coronado chance, because it was nearly point blank. However, might sum up how the season has gone so far for OKC.
Yeah, no changes on either side, it looks like, Dave. So within that 11 right now, Wiedman tweaking a few little things, and all of a sudden Chavez is able to run off the shoulder of Granada, I think it was, and gets a real good opportunity. A little bit of an angle, but not a tough enough angle for a prowess number 9 that has scored quite a few goals in his career to get at least that one on target.
Chavez getting his first start of the season tonight. If there's a player that's going to help this team reignite an offense or ignite an offense, it would have to be him. Vasilovic, number 10, you see at the top of your screen, also a key guy.
Yeah, it's about confidence and rhythm, Dave, as well. I mean, you just said his first start of the year. I think in the first half, when he had a great opportunity with the header as well, that he didn't get on target. So 2 good opportunities, he wasn't able to connect.
Meantime, Birmingham, will they try to throw a counterpunch here? Haravaw leaves it off. Take a look at Johnny Dean. And an interception. Daniels, oh, a good little move there, but again, you see the compact power of Asiadu, who has a yellow card against him. And he's grabbing the back of one of his legs there as he got clipped, but not enough to draw a card.
Yeah, how good has he been? Intercepting balls, giving you something going forward. Huge engine in midfield. His recovery speed is great, which helps that back 4 consistently, and then he can give you something going forward as well. Very good performance. And one of the reasons we haven't mentioned the creative force Lapa for OKC at all, Dave.
Number 8 in black, who has 2 assists on the year, Brazilian player, and we're going to have a foul here against, I think it's going to be against Birmingham. While we have a moment, tell you about Energy FC is excited to welcome the Lincoln at Central Park Apartments as a proud partner of the club. The official home of Energy FC players, the Lincoln at Central Park Apartment Homes is the epitome of luxury apartment living in Oklahoma City. By the way, the foul against OKC. For more information, please call 405-759-5583. And please mention promo code #ThisIsOurCity. That's This Is Our City for special discounts. Villian Bijev being harassed by Harivo, and maybe a little bit too much harassment. And Bijev angry at Harivo, angry at the ref, and he's going to be angry that he's going to get our second yellow card of the night and the first against OKC.
Yeah, not smart by Bijev. He finally gets in a good position, tries to turn the corner, gets back, is harassed a little bit, and then throws up the elbow. As you can see right there, he's in good position. Yes, he's getting harassed a little bit. And there, boom, comes the hand to the face, which is an automatic yellow card.
A little bit of salesmanship now that we look at it up close, but if you're the referee, I don't know if it caught him across the face as much as maybe around the throat area, but a quick word, Bijev attempting to appeal this case, but unlike the judicial system where sometimes an appeal will work, out there it does not work.
Well, actually what he's saying is, you know what, he was holding onto my arm, and I'm trying to separate myself, actually, and that's why the motion comes towards his body, throat, face. Yeah, I would say 99 100 times, Dave, it's a yellow card. Shows you a little bit of frustration, obviously, because Bijev has not been involved in this game. Chavez has 2 pretty good looks in that first half of the header, and just the start of the second half of the diagonal run where he needs to connect at least made Van Oekel make a save and look for a rebound or whatever.
So Harivo will await the referee's permission to return, I assume, although he's not heading to the sideline.
I think anything to the face, you don't have to come off. But then again, I'm not sure, because normally when a trainer comes in the field, it's automatically you got to go to the sideline and get waved on again by the head referee, normally after 10 or 15 seconds.
We skipped the middleman there, Thomas. So
yeah, we did.
There is Williams, who has the assist on the goal tonight, and he still maintains possession. It's finally stripped away. Can the Energy get something here with Bijev? Perhaps they can. Lays it off nicely for Daniels. He's got Chavez in the middle. Lays it off for Bijev. Collision just outside the box, and we play on. There is no call. OKC gets back fairly quickly. Laid off here for Dean. Dean is taken down, and no call there. So neither team is happy with the referee right now.
That's pretty amazing. Very similar situations where players go down and then not asking for the foul. In Bijev's case, maybe a little clearer than in this one, but referee was in both instances in a good position to call that, Dave, and the play on is probably the right decisions, but both teams living dangerously defensively when you start leaving your feet inside the 18-yard box.
Well, that was Lappa who had the control on the Birmingham run there, number 8, and dished it off to Johnny Dean, who did not get the call. This is Brett, and he is gently spun to the ground. Not a violent foul by any means by Kurimoto. How about Kurimoto, by the way? He, with Colorado last year, Thomas, Colorado Springs, he never came out of a game.
That's amazing.
Not once. Played every minute. Now, it was a shortened season last year, but nevertheless, man just does not come out.
And every team needs 4 or 5 players like that, Dave. And I coached guys that you could count on each and every game that always were a 7 or an 8, not a 2 and a 9 sometimes. Consistency.
Flipped into traffic here. Defended well by the Energy back line. Chavez will sweep it away. Bijev, good touch. Perhaps a chance here for the Energy to break loose. Oh, it's a good-looking tackle there by Ryan James, who's played very well at the midfield position, number 7.
And you look always at the axis of a team, and that's where Kurimoto is so huge, you know, and so important as well on both sides of the ball. We talked about a Asiedu, all in that spine in the middle, with some other great players on both sides, obviously, and then you can build around it.
Well, that was an opportunity there out of surprise for Coronado. It looked like that ball was going to head out, and it spun back into play. Daniels, they'll switch it. Silovic. Ellis Hayden, he's played well. In for Chavez! Tried to flick the header, but Van Oekel got there first. A little ground ball shot's not going to get anywhere. It's going to be swept way down the pitch. And a restart here for OKC.
And Ellis Hayden's been tremendous in this game. His first start on that right side, just pushing forward all the time as the right fullback, getting great crosses in as well.
And for Chavez, look out here, but how about Van Oekel? And just as we saw Van Oekel grab the ball, we saw a Birmingham player hit the turf. And Cronali is the player coming out of the game, but that is Ofemu, number 22, who just tumbled to the turf. But we are going to have a substitution, the first one of the match, and it will be made by Tom Sohn for Birmingham. Gives us a moment to tell you that Energy FC wants to thank Tropical Smoothie Cafe for helping feed our players and for being a proud partner of Energy FC. Check out one of their 15 Oklahoma City Metro locations or visit order.tropicalsmoothiecafe.com to get your smoothies delivered. You see the trainer, the athletic trainer, wondering, are we taking him out of the game or not? No, it doesn't look like they are. Actually, we're going to get no, they are going to take Ofemu out of the game. The original word was going to be a Cronali substitution, but instead it's going to be the brothers, Alex and Eli, playing together as Ofemu will check out, and Eli Cronali will come in.
Number 12, Eli Cogman.
So how do we refer to him, Dave?
Alex and Eli. Just don't say Peyton and Eli.
I love it.
But just go with Allie. I'm sure I'm the only guy who's ever thought of that one. But so that's the first substitution of the match. And there you see Eli. Already perspiring. So Matt Van Oekel, owner of 3 clean sheets, only 5 goals allowed. One of the secrets to this Birmingham success so far. They're 4-2-1 with 13 points, top of the table in the Central. Well, some tremendous footwork that time by Lapa, and maybe an opportunity here. Here is Eli just coming in. Sometimes those fresh legs can make a big difference. Switched around to Alex Cronalier. Eli. Good pass and could not quite handle it. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access featuring Mike Watson, Devin Kerr, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Listen, once you're a striker, the name Rodney Marsh, it's a long story, folks. Rodney knows. So does Ray Hudson. So does Thomas, for that matter. We know who you are, Rodney. We're coming for you, buddy.
I think the big question mark in his second half is, how much does Lee Wittman trust his bench? You're down after 16 minutes. You're at home. The tweak in the second half, he's going a little bit more to a 4-3-3 with BGF out on the left side, Dave, where we've seen him operate a few times.
A chance here for Birmingham. A second goal would be devastating. Look out here for Dean, roaring in from the right side. Shoots. Didn't get a lot on it. C.J. Cochran able to hit the pitch and quickly turn this around to Daniels as the Energy try to fast break.
And instead of taking advantage of that, Dave, as you said, on the break, every time they turn back and try to switch the point of attack, and there's only so many opportunities when you can break and have a numerical advantage that you have to take advantage of that situation. It just didn't happen.
And they ended up turning the ball over there on a failed switch to Birmingham FC, Legion FC. There's Alex Granelli. And finds his brother.
Offsides on James in that one.
No dispute from Ryan James. He's had a very solid game for Legion FC.
Tommy Son is old school. Well, a very traditional 4-4-2. Not a lot of flash, so to speak. A very well drilled team in terms of their tactics on both sides of the ball.
There's an offside call.
And that's another great way. They play the lines well, they communicate well, they step when they have to, as they did right here, and forces an offside, some BGF. As much as being critical of Chavez, because you're there to score goals, he's the only one that has created something in that final third of the 18-yard box that has put Birmingham under some duress.
Well, we are in minute 62. OKC trailing 0-1. Frank Lopez. We've talked about him a couple of times and wondering, will he make an appearance tonight for the Energy? But I also am not shocked that if Chavez is healthy, which he clearly is, that he's getting the chance to play. You've got to have a guy like that out there.
Yep.
Of course, Lopez in his second season with OKC has only played in 4 games this year, 3 starts and 1 as a substitute. And Bijev, look out there. Now the referee's going to have to step in. Bijev has already earned a yellow card. And so the little bit of a mix-up there. And Bijev has really got to watch himself. Well, Thomas, we're about to go to a 1 Pronale game. As it looks like Alex is going to be coming out. And Junior Flemings, a Jamaican forward, will be coming in for Legion FC when we get an opportunity for a switch. And they tangle up there, and they're looking for a call. Connor Donovan pretty hot about what he didn't get. Did you see anything there?
No, I really didn't. Yeah, yes, there is some contact, but these are 2 big bodies. And Donovan is a center back, so he knows what to expect because he'll dish it out on the other end. I think it's a play on as well. A little surprised by the reactions of, in my opinion, a frustrated team right now. You look at VJ's behavior, look at Donovan right now. It's a team that's frustrated, can find a win or a goal for that matter.
I think that's where a lot of this is coming from. Yeah, I really do. It's just based in, we're not winning. We lost our coach. We're trying something different. At the moment, it's not clicking. It's not to say that it won't, but at the moment, it's not. So Fleming's into the match, number 77. That's the second substitution. He has an assist on the year. This is his 5th appearance. We have yet to see Lee Wiedemann go to his bench. And what will he try to do to turn this around? It is still only a 1-goal game.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's very interesting to see what Tom Shaughnessy is going to do defensively, because as you said, he brings on a midfielder/forward, which means now somebody's going to drop in that defensive central position for him.
Flemings and Cronali, the 2 substitutes.
Yeah, is it James maybe going to the left side and Kavita coming inside? That's an option, obviously, because we see the sub right now, that left side of midfield. And we see James indeed being the left fullback right now, which forces Kavita into a central position.
This is Dean. And that ends up being harmless.
Yeah, that's indeed what happened. Kavita's the other center back now.
Number 3, Kavita.
Yeah, and James has dropped to number 7 to the left full position.
Oh, he
there
just
is James.
dropped somebody right there. He's going to get an immediate yellow card. Referee couldn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, and that could be a switch that could be costly. James is not at left back, Dave, so he's playing out of position somewhat. Comes in very rash.
And got his hand up.
And get his hand up as well, correct.
Yep, Vasilovic is the player that's knocked to the pitch. You could see, I don't know if that was, can't call that intentional, but the referee does not have a choice in that matter. That's automatic. So the 3rd yellow card issued. 2 against Birmingham Legion. Asiadou got the first one.
And the target's got to be Osmond, Donovan.
Well, you
BJF's got some size. Chavez is a bigger body too, and I like that matchup actually right now. Chavez.
Well, Coronado, the lefty. He's Osmond, number 4, is at the top of the box. There he is. Looks like he's already in a sprinter's stance to get in there.
Yeah.
And there he goes. Coronado targeted that right on frame, and Van Oekel had that corner covered.
Great job by Osmond making that run, Dave. Well done. Yeah, he was in the blocks already. You knew this ball was going to be delivered near post. Just couldn't connect via flick.
Looked like a much slower Usain Bolt.
Yep.
And Kavita playing through that tackle, and finally a call against Kurimoto. Take a moment to tell you about Energy FC. Proud to welcome Social Capital as the official watch party location for 2021. Bring your family and watch every Energy FC away match at the #1 rated craft beer bar in Oklahoma by Forbes magazine and craftbeer.com. Social Capital boasts 120 independent craft beers on tap, a variety of cocktails and wine, a full menu of street tacos, and more with Oklahoma City's largest rooftop patio.
Nothing better than a street taco in Mexico City, baby.
Well, I can only imagine. I've never been. I've had them in Texas. It's close.
It is.
But no, I've never done that. The 120 beers I've done over time.
In Mexico City?
No.
Oh, okay.
Around the United States, let's just say.
That's a very select group. I might be part of that group too. I'm counting right now. I'm definitely there. Yeah.
You're talking about Brandage? Oh, yeah. Meantime, Dean on the attack for Birmingham, and it's deftly stolen away by Coronado, but can't clear it. Asiadu, Williams tried to go with a playoff. Instead, a chance! Oh, Brett almost got number 51. That was so close.
And again, that big body Williams involved again. He's got such soft feet as well. Finds eventually the overlapping James from that left fullback position and tries to find Brett at that far post. There's Williams again with that simple ball. There is James from a deep position. And there's Brett. It gets a piece of it, Dave. Just gets away from him. Good execution in the final third.
Chavez trying to get to the middle. But he was harassed and cleared away by Dean. Kremoto working it around Charlie Ward, the Englishman. The goal came in the 3rd minute of the match by Nico Brett. And Birmingham has ridden that to now minute number 71. Little collision there, but a chance here perhaps for the Energy on the buildup. And it's going to be a corner kick coming up. This will be the 3rd corner kick for OKC.
Yeah, good interplay, Dave. Combinations, as I said again, now with some purpose, getting some depth in their game, trying to get some crosses in, trying to put that back four under some duress. Good energy level the last 5 minutes from OKC, trying to get back into this game, and these set pieces, Dave, could make a difference.
Daniels, this time they go right-footed. James traps it. And he and Bijev getting physical. And I believe we may have a penalty kick coming up.
Yes, we do, Dave. And again, anytime you can get a midfielder under duress, James gets the yellow card a few minutes ago, Dave. And now he's in the 80-yard box. He's going to fight against Bijev. He stays alive. Bijev gets up and gets the better of him. And yeah, then there is a kick from behind with the referee right there. It looks somewhat innocent. And Bijev is going nowhere. Foolish by the converted midfielder to left fullback that now twice has made a poor decision and allows Bijev to get his team back in this game.
James already has a yellow card as well. Had there been one there, then Birmingham would have been a man down. So a chance to get the equalizer. Bijev has a goal this year. Waiting for the signal from the referee. Matt Van Oekel, former Energy keeper. Here we go. Bijev hesitates and slips it by. We're tied at 1. And Van Oekel goes after Bijev, and pushing and shoving. Van Oekel gets a yellow card, and the referee is backing away as he's going to let this play out. A lot. That is one of the more action-filled penalty kicks you'll ever see in any soccer match anywhere.
Yeah, Bijev scores. Bijev is going after the ball to go, you know what, we want to get to 2-1 in this game. And then Van Oekel goes, you know what, sorry, that's a yellow. That's a yellow. And as you said, the referee steps away, well put away by Bijev, by the way. Inside of the foot with some pace. Van Oekel goes the right way. Bijev tries to retrieve the ball and obviously bring it back to midfield to speed up the game. That's what he's doing right now. Only time will tell with the referee, who stepped back, Dave, and said, I don't want to be part of this.
Well, as far as we have been told, the only yellow issued is to Van Oekel, and that was a no-brainer.
Yep.
And now the conversation between
there should be one or two more, in my opinion. But
I think so too. Mark Allerton is the referee. Now you can see them, the officials communicating with each other to see if there's anybody else who may get a yellow card. BJev has to be careful. He already has one. Now you see Lee Wiedemann is either mad. Apparently that is going to be all that we know of, because Lee Wiedemann wants more. Or perhaps he wants Van Oekel red carded and straight red out of the game, which did not happen. And on my score sheet here, only Van Oekel received a yellow card. Bottom line is we're tied now. Now it's going to be interesting to see how Birmingham reacts. And how does this affect Wiedemann's substitutions, of which he still hasn't made any?
Listen, I have to give him a lot of credit, because his team the last 10 minutes have been the better team after Tommy Sohn had to make 2 defensive changes.
And here's the chance here. Chavez, if he can get a foot on it, the ball is loose and over the top of the goal. The opportunity missed that time by Basulovic.
And it's in particular being that right side, Dave, that's been dominant for OKC. They lost their central defender that forced Cavito, who normally played on that left side, inside, forced James, a midfielder, as their left fullback. And all of a sudden, with those changes, including Eli coming in as well, Tommy Sohn's back four has been reshuffled and really are not dealing well with the aggression and the momentum that really is going OKC's way, and correctly so.
Well, you got to be careful, though, with number 11, Brett. OKC almost gave it up there. You take a look at Tom Sohn in his 3rd year with Birmingham Legion FC. Well, they lost Femu. Looked like he was shaken up. He came out of the game for Cronalier, Eli, and then Alex left. Junior Flemings came in, who is not known as a defensive player.
Nope.
And those are the changes that have been made so far. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. 77th minute, and the intensity has been ratcheted up. Again, that's Ellis Hayden. He has been really strong for OKC. Excuse me, that's Basulovic, and his effort will get a corner kick, and Basulovic gets that ball down quickly. But he's got to wait for some help. And there's Osman. I was waiting for number 4 to come into the picture. I knew that's why there wasn't going to be a kick until he shows up. Watch at the top of the box for Osman, number 4, and let's see what he does this time. And now it looks like Daniels will take this kick. That should be another corner kick. It is.
Yeah, OKC putting a lot of pressure right now on that back four through the run of play and also on dead ball situations. This is a 3rd corner within the last few minutes.
Yeah, that looked like it came off of Harivo. One more time, punched by Matt Van Oekel. Bijev. And they'll try to control it, but cannot. However, they'll get another throw-in opportunity. And a hydration break, yeah, I believe, has been called for, is it? Or do we have, no, it's substitution. And look who it is. We've been waiting on this man, Frank Lopez, and he'll replace Jaime Chavez.
Good outing by Chavez. Just could not find that goal that he obviously won a day for the first half, the diving header. He couldn't connect. The second half, he got that really good look on the diagonal ball that he couldn't get on frame either. But overall, a pretty good outing through almost 80 minutes in his first start of the year.
So you swap out a goal scorer for a goal scorer. Frankie Lopez, who got a late equalizer against Indy 11 that allowed OKC to get their most recent point. And they're looking for their first win of the season. Birmingham leads the Central Division. OKC is at the other end of it.
Yeah, that's a great substitution to bring in, as you said. He scored that goal in their last game for the 1-1 draw. 2 goals in the year. Cuban international. Started his career at the LA Galaxy and it's become a little bit of a journeyman, but a guy that has a nose for the goal. Stocky, strong, good in the 18-yard box, which right now the momentum has shifted and all the possession is in OKC's favor, with the fact that they also now create numerous opportunities and putting teams under duress, i.e. forcing them into situations where they're uncomfortable and giving up fouls that lead to penalties.
First Fidelity Bank is proud to be an OKC Energy FC founding sponsor. Our 20 OKC Metro locations make banking convenient for you, especially when combined with our free worldwide ATMs, mobile banking, and a foul called there against the Energy. And mobile deposit, First Fidelity Bank. We go where you go. Visit ffb.com today. And a good job there by Cochran to see that one clearly. Offside flag is up.
A good recognition though by Cochran to go long and direct and find Frankie Lopez. But just in an offsides position. They're more daring right now in the second half, Dave. They're living dangerously, which this team needs to do at home in order for them to get some results. And can they turn draws? This is another draw now, which would be their 5th in the last 6, I think. Can they turn draws, particularly at home, into their favor?
Lopez breaking loose. Can he get off a good shot? He is well defended, taken down in the box, but he gets back up quickly. He is posted up against Kavita. He gets help from Dean. Lopez turning. He needs help. Can't get it, but he'll get a corner kick out of it. Well, for a second, it looked like a basketball game. 2 guys fighting under the basket for position.
By the way, if that's Brett, he's gone. Frankie Lopez had 3 or 4 steps on that center back, Kavita, but done good goal side defending, we call that, Dave. Keeping your body between the opponent and the goal so Frankie Lopez can't get anything on target.
So they don't go at the goal this time. They instead go for a setup here, and it's going to be headed away and out of harm's way for the time being, although you can't be sloppy, Birmingham. They had the lead from the 3rd minute on until the equalizer scored on the PK by Viljan Bijev. His 2nd goal of the season, and that effort was fouled off. And way off the mark there by Junior Fleming. Let's take a moment to tell you about Panera Bread. I wanted the OKC Energy fans to visit any one of the 9 OKC area Panera Bread locations for our creamy mac and cheese or the classic bacon turkey bravo. Try the new Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza, or everybody's, yeah, I know, this is all sounding very good. Seasonal favorite, the strawberry poppy seed salad. These and other favorites are sure to have you cheering. Order online at PaneraBread.com for pickup or delivery right to you. Your favorites only at Panera. Kurimoto tried to get it ahead to Daniels, but couldn't. Didn't quite work out. Daniels slow to get up, understandably. On a hot and humid night, you get knocked down. Takes a little longer to get up. Eli Cronale. Now Dean lays it off to Flemings. Through ball to Dean. He'll try to get it into the middle, and a danger and a goal! Oh, what a pass by Dean! And Birmingham regains the lead. J.J. Williams becomes the 3rd Legion FC player to score this season.
Brilliant execution in the final third. Fleming, the substitute, going on. Dean continuing his run. Great first-time cross, and you know what? If I have to pick a man of the match right now, assist on the first one, goal on the second, it's the big boy up front. It's Mr. Williams. What a performance so far on both sides of the pitch, because he's helped his team on defensive set pieces as well. Worked extremely hard, gets himself in good places, like on this goal here. And then the combination of Fleming and Dean in that give and go out wide. And Williams is tucking that one away after the momentum was really going OKC's way. What a good response. You just talked about responding, Dave. What a good response by Tommy Sohn's team. And the substitute, Fleming, making a difference.
Well, you talked about it right there. This game was so tilting toward Energy FC that you almost felt like they could get the go-ahead goal, and instead they surrender it. Williams' first goal of the year, the third assist for Johnny Dean on the season, and now the Energy really have to throw everything they can to get this, and now that draw would be almost like a victory.
Yeah, you can look at a few instances, obviously, the good looks for Chavez, the inability for Frankie Lopez to break away on the through ball about 2 minutes ago, and then the inability to defend properly.
Well, you saw great defense by Kavita, and then you saw defensive error on the other end, and that's why we're sitting at 2-1. Yeah, Kavita could have let that go, and it worked out. Loose ball there inside the box, and wow, that is blasted out of play.
And it probably sums up a little bit OKC's season so far. Still looking for that first win. Finally battling back to get to 1-1.
And Birmingham, I'm sorry, Thomas, is going to go ahead and bring in their final substitutions while we're waiting for that. For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of USL W League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the U.S. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more. So substitutions, Mikey Lopez, number 5, coming in.
Wily veteran. He's been around this league for many years. I actually coached Mikey Lopez for the Rowdies when I was there.
Wow, and Jaden Servania, a midfielder. So Lapa is out. So Birmingham has emptied the bench. Their allowable substitutions.
Yeah, that speaks volumes too.
Nico Brett will come out. He picked up his 6th goal of the season and 50th of his career. Take a look at Servania. And Mikey Lopez, number 5, is the other player in. 1 substitution used so far for the Energy. That's 11. Frankie Lopez, who came in for Jaime Chavez.
And depth plays a role. You know that, Dave, in any sport, obviously. It looks like the Tommy Sohn's got more quality depth and uses it.
This is Williams. And he'll just drive one right into the tents. Well, that's often the difference, Thomas, when you have a matchup of and I'll use college football as an example. You might have this big power school and a much lower school, and maybe the frontline players are somewhat comparable, but man, as soon as you go to the bench, it's all over. The bigger schools always have the better depth, and that's when you end up with some of these blowouts that you see.
And the great teams in the world have incredible depth.
So Cronali, who came in the 57th minute, that's dangerous. Well, nice job there by C.J. Cochran to drive that out of the box, but not out of danger. And boy, this just eats up valuable time if you're OKC, seeing the ball down in that end. How do you get it out?
Yeah, and time is right now on the Legion's side as well. So they will be happy to keep that one in the corner right there and let those seconds tick off the clock.
Trying to go into Williams with a header, and he's big body, dangerous in the air. And Birmingham keeping the pressure on. Fancy footwork there by the new player, Servania. And again, a little after the whistle activity. Ellis Hayden wants to play now and keep this thing going. And the referee is going to want the ball where he wants the ball. And now we're going to see changes made for OKC. Stevenson and Brown will come on. Vasilovic and Daniels will come out.
Yeah, so Brown started in the last game on the right side of midfield. Stevenson, another guy that started the last game as well. Those were the guys that were sacrificed in the starting 11 for Lee Wittman. So
So Brown, number 17. Tucker Stevenson, a forward from Overland Park, Kansas. Places Basulovic. Stoppage time will be key here as well. And with the yellow cards we've had issued, a couple of players shaken up, a couple of goals. Might see, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes possibly. Out of bounds in favor of OKC. And Bijev, who has certainly been an agitator for OKC and against Birmingham. And 4 minutes of stoppage time is the number from our fourth official. Chance out here, big crowd around the net, closing in was Kurimoto, but he just couldn't get a clean shot. Now, do we have a foul called before all of that activity? And it appears we do.
Yeah, it's a battle again on the wide side. There's some tucking going on. Allow play to continue, but then bring it back for that set piece, and probably the last opportunity for OKC to get all their big boys forward against quite a few big boys of the opposing team. It's all about setting picks now, Dave, nowadays, and freeing somebody up with good service and hard runs. You could have a good look at goal.
Coronado, the lefty. Traffic. And as you could see, C.J. Cochran had come all the way up.
And he'll come back in again because it's another corner for OKC.
So the keeper.
We've seen Allison for Liverpool a few weeks ago scoring a huge goal as well, and he's a big body right there, Cochran.
One more time into the breach. This one a long kick, too long, not accurate, not helpful. Energy will keep the ball.
Very frustrating, Dave, for coach in particular. When that ball, as you said, doesn't get delivered in areas where you have all your bodies, it just sails over everybody. Wasted opportunity.
And this is going to be very fortuitous for Birmingham. Just to waste more time. Cochran. And another, maybe a chance here. An opening for Osmond. And it's going to be, let's see, is that going to be a corner or go another corner? All right, but there's Kavita sacrificing his body. It's going to be a throw-in. Ward. Coronado's got the good left foot. And you can see Osmond had a clean look at it, just couldn't direct it where he wanted to.
And actually, Donovan, his partner in crime, is right behind him, Dave. I understand that Osmond wants to go for this one, but look at Donovan is right there. A subtle shout will do it at times, but at this stage of the game, it's so hectic. The emotions up there. Anything that comes my way, I'll try to take a piece of that one. Good look, though. J.J. Williams again, keeping that one alive with the header.
Yeah, J.J. Williams with what is at the moment the game winner. You see Cervania, number 17, will have a chance here. And this is just more time being wasted in favor of Birmingham. They look for their 5th win, give them 16 points, and keep them at the top of the table in the Central. While OKC would have 4-4 and remain in 8th place. And they got to do it over. Now they do it over. A handball there.
Offsides.
Offsides.
Yep.
Well, this may well be the last opportunity for OKC Energy. One more time, James. And instead, it's Birmingham with one more opportunity. Flemings. And that is the match. Birmingham Legion FC gets the late goal from J.J. Williams in the 83rd minute to pick up a 5th win, their 2nd win over OKC. And for the Energy, there is our man of the match, Vilyan Bijev. And he is the mid-first bank man of the match. We'll take a look at our SSM Health St. Anthony's save of the game as well. We got to go way back for this one.
Yeah, we have to go way back early on, but it's clearly Cochran coming to the rescue. Or is it Fanukel? No.
Well, they both played for OKC,
yeah.
But it was Cochran that time coming up with the punch. That's back when we had sunlight. That's how long ago that was. And there you see 2 goal scorers on the night, Bijev and Nico Brett. We're going to step aside, and Thomas and I will have some final thoughts on this 2-1 Legion victory when we return.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Real commitment doesn't stumble. It doesn't hesitate. It's ready at a moment's notice. On the sidelines and in the stands. It leans in and gets loud. We're ready for you, for our club, for our city, for whatever comes next. We're SSM Health St. Anthony, and we're proud to be the official healthcare partners of the OKC Energy FC.
Welcome to Loves. Here, technology drives us. That's why we research technology advancements in our own labs. It's why we're constantly developing new tools to improve the ways you move. Ways that lead to safer, more efficient travel. Here at Loves, we believe that technology drives us all forward. Loves, working to bring innovation to the highway.
So there is the final as the OKC Energy take a moment to greet their supporters. And let's go to highlights. And again, let's go back when we had sunshine, Thomas, because very early on, luckily you and I showed up on time because this goal happened very early.
Yeah, it starts with Fanukel, one of the best goalkeepers in the league that can also, by the way, put a ball on a dime to one of the big boys, J.J. Williams, to flick on to Brett for his 50th goal and the 6th of the season. Amazing. Route 1, simple but effective.
And a silence to the supporters back there. However, OKC began to pick it up, and it finally paid off.
Yeah, I mean, they put James in a very tough position after a few changes where he ends up having to defend against Bijev. One of the best, gets that little tuck from behind, brings him down, and here's Bijev stepping up and making it 1-1. And we're going, yes, we're back in this game. And Fanukel goes, you know what? No, I'm not having any of this.
Van Oekel got a yellow for this, and he's somewhat fortunate it didn't get any worse for him. But then, here comes the game winner.
Yeah, incredible. We talked about J.J. Williams that set off, obviously, Brett for the first goal. Good give and go out wide with Dean across, and a simple tuck away for the winner.
And those highlights were brought to you by Panera Bread. Our stats, our full-time stats, brought to you this evening by First Fidelity Bank. You know, I was talking about this before. I said, well, how big is possession? And you've talked about France winning the World Cup.
No.
Possession doesn't matter.
Look at shots on target, Dave. Yep. That's the most important. 3 for the Legion and 2 goals. 2 for OKC and 1 And that pretty much also sums up their season. A tight win for the Legion.
And they remain in first place. For Thomas Rongen, I'm Dave Lamont. We thank you very much for watching. Certainly want to thank our crew as well. So Oklahoma City's Energy will take on their next game, still seeking win number 1. They'll be taking on Memphis 901 FC on the road on the 19th. Meantime, first place Birmingham comes in on the road and gets the 3 points. It was a thriller. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching USL Championship action. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.